A leader can't do everything by himself or herself.
Steve had an incredible run of people just wanting to cooperate with him and empowering him.
You have to have people behind you. You have to have people that have your back. Steve was one of those people.
You know, I really had an atypical experience at the University of Georgia. I didn't start here. I came here my sophomore year after having gone to school out of state on an athletic scholarship my freshman year. I did well my first year. I was a class officer. I was a student athlete. I transferred here fall of my sophomore year. I did very poorly academically, but I had a great time. I set out to probably have the best time anybody ever had, but I did terribly. From an academic standpoint, I dug myself a deep hole. It caused me to have a junior and senior year that were very different than they otherwise would have been as I was working, paying my way through school. But looking back on it, it's one of the best things that could have ever happened for me, and it's a big part of the reason that I've had the success that I've had in my career.
He met with me for an initial interview, and all of a sudden he stops me and he says, Mr. Webb, if you're about to offer me a job, I'm going to say yes. And I have to say, I've never had anybody interrupt the process to say, I want to say yes. It was the right environment. He was such a great fit, just in terms of what he wanted to do in his life, how he wanted to go into business, how he wanted to give everything 110%. And he always did.
He's a people person, and he is a big thinker, a systems thinker. He's a leader. He got way up the chain in Procter Gamble. He just likes to be involved. And once he gets involved, once you got him, you got him. He's there every time you need him.
P&G was already a large, successful company. It was a $3 billion company, which in those days was very big. I mean, for most of my early years with P&G, it was one of the top 20 largest companies in the U.S.
We had to find a way to do business in China. And Steve was in the beginnings of all of that. He was over the sales organization.
China was the main focal point of my years in Asia, where we were basically starting from scratch. I think the first year our sales were $31 million. It grew to over $1 billion relatively quickly. And by the time I left Asia, the total business had gone from $1 billion to $5 billion.
Became the vice president of all of Asia, took what we were doing in China, applied it in Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, opened up all of those areas. And today the business in China is like $10 billion at P&G.
I developed a plan that I called 55 and Drive. I'm an avid golfer, so the 55 was retire not later than 55 from the corporate world. The drive was play a lot of golf. The plan actually worked out even a little better than I thought it might. I retired from P&G when I was 52 years old. The plan was to spend more time with Terry College, maybe teach a course, but I also had an interest in finding whatever my heart or head might take me to.
When he gets connected, like he gets connected to Terry, he goes in deep. Steve is not a superficial person. So he starts looking at the music business program. He saw the idea was a good idea, and he dove down in and thought about this and how we can make this happen, which is why he ended up as chair of the advisory board and eventually ends up making a major gift to the program.
We all want to help Terry College be the best that it can be. When you say to somebody, I graduated from the Terry College of Business, people say, wow, or, oh, really? It really means something today, and it's going to even mean more in the future.
He's one of the key people that have brought the Terry College to the level that we're at today, and I'm just thrilled that he's getting this recognition. He deserves it.